For decades, we've been told that memory problems are, well, a problem with the brain. It's a story of inevitable decline, that as we pass 60, our minds just start to fade. But what if that whole story is wrong? What if the command center for your memory isn't just the 3 pounds of tissue between your ears, but it's also in your gut? Now that might sound strange, but the science is clear. Groundbreaking research is proving that the trillions of organisms living in your digestive tract have incredible power over your brain. This isn't a story about fading away. This is a story about taking back control. It's about how you can use this amazing gut-brain connection to build a better brain and a better memory for the rest of your life. Stick with me, because I'm going to show you exactly how. Let's be honest, the old narrative around memory loss is depressing. It's one many of us have quietly come to fear and even accept. You hit 60, maybe 65, and the senior moments start. You forget a name that was right on the tip of your tongue. You walk into a room and have no idea why you went in there. So you start writing more notes. You double check the locks, and this little seed of fear starts to grow. Is this just how it is? Is my mind going to get worse? This story leaves you feeling helpless. It tells you the brain is a machine that just wears out, or that your fate is sealed by your genes. It makes you feel like a passenger watching your own mind slowly slip away. We try the crossword puzzles, we try to learn and that feeling of powerlessness is toxic. It creates anxiety and stress, which we know is terrible for the brain and can actually make your memory worse. It can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But this is where the story changes completely. This is where science gives us incredible hope. The new focus, the new battlefield for your brain health isn't your skull. It's your gut. Think of a super fast two-way communication network running right through your body. This is the gut-brain axis. For a long time, we thought the brain was the boss, just sending orders down to the stomach. But we now know your gut is constantly talking back to your brain, and what it says has a huge impact on your mood, your focus, and your memory. The core of this is your enteric nervous system, a web of over 100 million nerve cells lining your gut. It's so powerful and independent that scientists have nicknamed it our second brain. Now, it doesn't worry about your bills or write poetry, but it manages the complex world of digestion and produces many of the exact same chemicals your brain needs to function. For example, about 95% of your body's serotonin, the happiness neurotransmitter, is made in your gut, not your brain. But the real stars of the show are the trillions of tiny microbes living there, your gut microbiome. This is a huge ecosystem of bacteria and other organisms that we used to think were just along for the ride. We now know they are absolutely essential to our health. When your microbiome is healthy and diverse, it's like having a team of master chemists working for you 24/7. They help you digest food. They support your immune system. And most importantly for us today, they create chemical compounds that directly influence your brain. This is the new hope. Your memory isn't just dependent on what's happening in your head. It is deeply connected to the health of this living world inside you. This discovery changes everything about how we need to think about aging well. So if the gut is so important, what happens to it as we get older? Like the rest of our body, it changes. A healthy young gut is like a vibrant rainforest, full of thousands of different types of bacteria, all living in balance. That diversity is the key to a strong and resilient system. As we age, however, that diversity often starts to shrink. the rainforest can become less dense. Helpful anti-inflammatory bacteria can decline, while inflammatory types of bacteria can begin to thrive. Scientists call this imbalance dysbiosis. And this is where the problems for the brain can start. This shift creates chronic, low-grade inflammation in the gut. Some researchers even have a name for it, inflammaging. When the gut is constantly inflamed, its protective lining can become damaged and more permeable, a condition you might have heard of called leaky gut. This allows inflammatory molecules and bacterial toxins to escape the gut and get into your bloodstream. Once they're in your blood, they can travel anywhere, including right past the blood-brain barrier, the security gate for your brain. And here's the critical connection. Gut inflammation can lead to brain inflammation or neuroinflammation. Neuroinflammation is a known feature of cognitive decline in diseases like Alzheimer's. In fact, studies show a clear link. People with Alzheimer's disease consistently have signs of an unhealthy, more inflamed gut. Researchers have found that higher levels of inflammatory markers in stool samples are associated with more of the amyloid plaques found in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. More recent research has even suggested this link could be causal. In one fascinating animal study, scientists transferred gut bacteria from human Alzheimer's patients into healthy young lab animals. The result was stunning. The animals started to develop memory problems and showed less growth of new brain cells. It's as if the memory issues were transmitted through the unhealthy microbiome. While more research in humans is needed, this tells us that an unhealthy gut isn't just correlated with memory loss, it's very likely an active contributor. This unseen battle inside your gut may be one of the most important things you need to win to protect your mind. Now that you understand this incredible link between your gut and your brain, you're probably asking, okay, so what do I do about it? This is the best part. You have so much power here. Your gut microbiome is highly sensitive to your lifestyle. Before we get into the simple, powerful steps you can take today to heal your gut and sharpen your memory, if you're getting value from this and want to keep learning how to have a better brain, take a moment to click that subscribe button. Your support helps us get this life-changing information out to everyone who needs it. If a damaged, inflamed gut is the villain, the heroes of our story are the good bacteria and the food they need to flourish. And that food comes directly from your diet. What you eat is the single most powerful tool you have to get your gut right and in turn get your brain right. The number one superstar here is fiber. Specifically, we're talking about prebiotic fibers. These are fibers your body can't digest, but your good gut bacteria love to eat them. You'll find them in foods like onions, garlic, asparagus, artichokes, slightly green bananas, and oats. When you eat these foods, you're directly feeding your brain healthy gut bugs. When these bacteria ferment this fiber, they release powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. The most important one is called butyrate. Butyrate is a powerhouse for your brain. It strengthens your gut lining to prevent a leaky gut. It calms inflammation throughout your body. And incredibly, it can cross the blood-brain barrier to work directly in your brain. There, it helps reduce neuroinflammation and even supports the production of BDNF, which is like fertilizer for growing new brain cells. One promising study with adults over 60 found that taking a simple fiber supplement for just 12 weeks led to measurable improvements on memory tests designed to spot early signs of Alzheimer's. Next, bring in reinforcements with fermented foods. Things like plain yogurt, kefir, Sauerkraut and kimchi are packed with probiotics, the live beneficial bacteria themselves. Eating these regularly helps add more good players to your team and increases the diversity of your gut. A clinical study found that adults over 65 who consumed a probiotic for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in mental flexibility. Finally, you have to know what to get rid of. Processed foods, sugar, and refined carbs are like pouring fuel on the fire of inflammation. They feed the bad bacteria and disrupt the healthy balance you're trying to create. The plan is simple. Eat more whole plant-based foods. A great goal is to try and eat 30 different types of plants every week. That sounds like a lot, but it includes all fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and even herbs and spices. This variety creates that resilient, diverse rainforest inside you that your brain needs to thrive. While your diet is the foundation, your daily habits are just as critical in the conversation between your gut and brain. First, movement. We know exercise is good for the heart, but it's also fantastic for your gut. Regular physical activity increases microbiome diversity and boosts the production of that amazing butyrate we talked about. You don't need to run a marathon. Just being consistent is what matters. Brisk walking, cycling, or swimming can have a huge impact. Aiming for around 8,000 steps a day is linked to a major reduction in overall mortality risk. Next, you have to get serious about stress. Chronic stress is toxic to your gut-brain connection. The stress hormone cortisol can throw your microbiome out of balance, increase gut permeability, and slow digestion. It's a vicious cycle because an unhealthy gut can also make you feel more stressed and anxious. You have to break the cycle. Building stress management into your day is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Just 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation can lower inflammation. Simple, deep breathing exercises, yoga, or even just spending time in nature are all incredibly effective. Finally, never ever discount sleep. Your gut does critical repair work overnight. Poor sleep disrupts your microbiome and weakens the gut barrier. Getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep helps your gut, lowers inflammation, and allows your brain to run its own cleaning cycle, clearing out metabolic junk that builds up during the day. When you weave movement, stress relief, and good sleep into your life, you create an environment where a healthy gut and a sharp brain can flourish. This science is moving incredibly fast, and what we've talked about is just the tip of the iceberg. The future of brain health is becoming intensely personal, targeting your unique microbiome. Imagine a future where a simple analysis of your gut microbiome could lead to a personalized dietary plan or a custom blended probiotic designed specifically to rebalance your gut and protect your brain. The research for this is happening right now. Scientists are also investigating psychobiotics, specific probiotic strains that appear to provide mental health benefits with the potential to support cognitive function as we age. Then there are more experimental therapies like fecal biota transplants, FMT. While it's still being heavily studied for safety and long-term use, the concept of transferring a healthy microbiome to someone else has shown incredible promise for certain conditions and is being explored for its potential in neurodegenerative diseases. What all this new research shows is a massive shift in how we approach brain health. We're moving away from a one-size-fits-all model toward one that is proactive, preventative, and personalized. It proves that your daily choices are sending powerful signals to the microbial world inside you, which in turn shapes the future of your mind. The future of memory care might not be in a pill bottle, but in a personalized plan for a healthier gut. For too long, the story